The images you're seeing are of people who are not real and were created by a computer using artificial intelligence. The music you're listening to was not created by a human, but using artificial intelligence. You are looking at subtitles that were generated automatically using artificial intelligence. When you hear about artificial intelligence, it might be easy to assume that it has nothing to do with you. In reality, artificial intelligence, or AI in short, is encountered by most people from morning until night. Your friend suggestions, your news feeds, they're all driven by AI. We do not know what will happen if a machine exceeds our own intelligence. Some say it could spell the end of the human race. Many others think it's the only way to solve some of the society's biggest challenges. But one thing you can be sure is the power, the scope, and the opportunity presented by AI just cannot be ignored. I'm so happy to be back at the Village International School, this time virtually, along with John, to talk about artificial intelligence, its applications, and why, as a student or a parent, you should be interested in this topic. Artificial intelligence, or AI for short, is the technology and the capability of a computer to think or act in a more human way. It's able to do this by collecting a lot of information from its surroundings, I mean millions and millions of data points, real time, and deciding its response based on what it learns or senses. You may find this difficult to believe. Amazon is so confident of their AI algorithms that on some occasions they ship your package even before you click buy. The history of gaming and AI are intertwined. Deep Blue was a chess-playing computer developed by IBM, which beat Garry Kasparov, the reigning world champion, in 1997. Almost 20 years later, AlphaGo, developed by Google, beat a top human player at the game of Go, which is based on strategy and intuition, which is exponentially more complex than chess. This was done through a technique called deep learning, which is a type of machine learning, and machine learning is a subset of AI. John will elaborate on this further. AlphaGo Zero introduced a new technique called reinforcement learning, where the system starts with no knowledge of the game at all and learns by itself by playing millions of games against itself, and hence not constrained by human limitations. Machine learning is the fastest growing field in computer science today and attracts very high salary packages.
Hi there, Village School. My name's John. I'm from the UK and living and working in Germany as a data scientist. I've visited the Village School before, in 2012 actually, so it's great to reconnect with you and be able to work with you all again and make this video for you. Today we have a short video on as a machine learning overview, so an introduction as to the main kinds of machine learning, and later we'll follow with a more detailed video on how these machine learning methods are applied, and we'll look at some case studies and real brands you might know, so you can see how organizations today use these types of technologies to get better results. So now onto the machine learning overview. So the two main kinds of machine learning are for either prediction or for discovery. So on the prediction side, this is more for when we'd like to predict either an action or a quantity. The discovery side is where we don't have something that we want to predict, but we'd like to look at some information and understand more about the patterns or structure that exists in the data. The first example here is on the prediction side of things. So it's from Amazon.com, and you can read on the screen there. It says Amazon.com has new recommendations for you based on items you purchased or told us you own. So they're recommending 3 products, and what's happening here is Amazon are using predictive machine learning to look at the sorts of things you've been buying, and then look for other customers who have similar purchase behaviors as you, and then trying to see what those other customers were buying, and use machine learning to recommend products to you based upon the things that you've bought and the things that you might like to buy next. The next type of predictive machine learning is Netflix. So you can see an example on the screen of all the thumbnails, which is all the different movies that they're showing you. It's very important for Netflix that they have their users spending as much time watching movies as possible or watching the shows. This is called customer engagement. So the amount of time customers spend engaging with Netflix is a very, very important measurement for them, as it means customers are happy with the service. And one way they make sure customers remain interested and spend more time watching movies and shows is that all these images you're seeing are selected for each individual customer based upon historic watching patterns or viewing patterns of each customer. Moving on to the discovery side, this is where, we're not trying to predict things or predict the most effective thing. We're looking for patterns. So the second example of machine learning for discovery, this is a supermarket. So you can see all of these different products are on the shelves. Sometimes the products are similar. So within one section, all the products will be similar. Then the next section will be another type of product. This doesn't happen by accident. This happens using machine learning for discovery. So by analysing customers' shopping baskets or trolleys or shopping bags, however you want to think of this, supermarkets and organisations like this can look for different combinations of items. I wanted to talk about deep learning. So deep learning you will hear more about over the years. Deep learning is a very detailed type of machine learning model that's really bringing new capabilities to the data science and machine learning industry. An example of how deep learning can tell the difference between a cat or a dog in an image. But this type of method has been really developed, and ultimately now this is what's happening around self-driving cars, for example. And the last question we wanted to answer was just looking at the necessary skills for a data scientist or machine learning engineer. So we have this Venn diagram where the 3 main aspects are kind of here that often are needed. So there's domain expertise, which means business knowledge specific to the business where someone is working, and mathematics and computer science. And you can see they all overlap. And in the middle there is the kind of sweet spot where data science and machine learning, who have all of these things, tend to be able to produce good projects and generate good results. I've left a space on the slide. As time has gone on and years have gone on, as machine learning has become popular, it's become a 4th element that's being talked about more and more. You can see the picture here. It's communication. I said just the slide before, there's lots of interesting opportunities in data science, and this is an example of the growth in this area. So
Harvard Business Review, which is an influential business magazine. And it was in 2012 that the magazine published a special issue and called the role of the data scientist the best job of the 21st century.
Many have concerns about AI and teaching robots too much. But the world of possibilities and opportunities, be it health, entertainment, or manufacturing, makes AI the most sought-after technology today. As a result of this, children globally are encouraged to learn computer programming, and languages like Python, which are used for machine learning, are very popular. Coding clubs like Coder Dojo are available for free and teach kids from the age of 7. Many young children who are still in school have already become sought-after AI experts. What's stopping you to become one of them?